Hi, this is Chrissy Incognito, and welcome to another episode of my show. Now, you might be wondering why I'm incognito. This is my alter ego that can say things that I cannot otherwise say unless I was incognito. So, thank you for returning. In order to understand more about this episode, view the previous episode. Happy listening. So I was talking about how it is Christmas time and that I'm going to kind of reconnect with my sister after going no contact for I think it was 2 years. I have to think about what it is. Time flies by so fast. I can't like think about 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Anyway, so it was Christmas time, and so me and my parents were going to church on Christmas Eve. So I think I was hungover from the previous day, so I just couldn't get it together. I didn't bathe, I didn't shower. I just kind of changed my clothes and, probably put my hair back and went on. And I think I had like a like a winter hat on. So we go to church and we walk in. Now we were late because my parents like to sit in the front, okay? And we came at different times, but we came from different areas, but when we came, we were both late. So we had to sort of sit in the back. So we go to go into the pew. And who do I think I see? Pete. The French fry storage war Pete. He's there. Now, when we went on a date, we went a couple of times and we did some like functions at the church. So it wasn't like that far off to see him, but this wasn't our church. So Pete and I went to one church, which he goes really early and I go really late, so we never see each other. And my parents go to another church. So I did not we were at my parents' church, so I didn't expect to see him. Okay. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I said, "I think that's Pete." Now, I have not seen him since 2015 and it's 2024. So it's been 9 years since I've seen him. So it's not like, "Well, what do you mean you don't know, if that." He didn't change much. Um but I didn't want to kind of first of all, I didn't want him to see how I looked. Second of all, I didn't want to reconnect because it just wasn't going to go anywhere. So we happened to take the pew in front of him. Now he was alone. I don't know why he was not with his family because his family went to mine and Pete's church, not my parents' church. So there's a part in the mass where you turn around and you greet your neighbor. And thank God since COVID, you don't have to shake hands. We don't need to be shaking hands with any germs out there. So you just kind of like, do the queen, you know. And I turned around because I didn't want him to think it was me. And so I just pretended like I didn't know who he was. And so as I greeted my neighbors and I turned around, he gave me a look. Like it was an endearing look. Look, "Oh, how have you been?" type of look. But he didn't say anything. It's just with it was just with his body language. It was very sweet and nice. Like, "Oh, how have you been?" But he didn't mouth anything. He didn't say anything. You could just tell from somebody's eyes that they recognized you and it was like a pleasant surprise. So I just like quickly did this. Like I was acting like I didn't know anybody when I was given the Queen's wave. And it doesn't surprise me that he's alone because he just wasn't relationship material. And it wasn't that he was very nice. He had his own home. He had a rescue dog, which I absolutely loved. Um, he had a good job. He was close with his family. He went to church. If that's something important to you, that's a good thing. And so, but there wasn't anything else. It's not that he was dumb. It's just that I can see. So I have a friend, and we'll give her another name at another time. But I have a friend who is actually, I wanted to set Pete up, my friend up with Pete. Okay, let's see. Let's give her a name. Um, Joni. Okay, because I don't know any Jonies. Um, so my friend Joni, um, I told she like loved the fact that he was calling me dude. She loved the fact that he was eating French fries, because this is exactly how she is. And she's had like two relationships just like she is. These people are very sweet and nice and good people. They're just not relationship people. Once you, neither one of them, I mean, Pete wanted kids, I guess. That's what he, kind of, but she didn't want kids. And, but she worked with kids, which I just don't get. Anyway, um, because if you like them enough to work with them, I don't I don't get that, but that seems to be a common theme, but I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. So, she loved the fact that he, called me dude. She loved the fact that he ordered French fries. I said, I never even kissed Pete. All we did was hug back and forth when we greeted each other and left. I said, it wasn't even a relation. It was nothing. It was like a friend date, like with a brother or a cousin. I said, we can go to his house because I know where his house is because I wanted to meet his rescue baby. I said, I will say, hey, remember me? I have, and she's like, no, 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 no. I said, why? I didn't date him. I didn't even kiss him. No, no. She was like knowing with everything, know this and know that. And she just, anyway, but they both never had real relationships. They're just not the relationship type. I don't know. I don't know. However you may interpret that, like, they're not like, they're not they're just there. There's nothing bad about them, but there's nothing like, wow, that's so special. I want to spend the rest of my life with you type of person. There's just nothing. So I was very surprised that Pete was there. And I think I saw him one more time. He was coming out of a store and I was going in. I don't know if he recognized me or not, but I just thought that was interesting, so I thought I'd add it to the channel.